One, two, three, four. Hey, what's up, peeps? Welcome to another episode of Direct Edition. My name is Fred Hall. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And as you can see today, if you allow my sexy hands to get in this camera, I have the new Blaster. Now, if you look closely at Blaster and you look at Soundwave, you'll see that they're basically the same mold, same, kind of character, but man, I had to have these two because I already have the three Seekers that look alike, which is Starscream, Thundercracker, and what's the other one? Thundercracker and Skywarp. So all three of them look alike. So when I seen Blaster come out, and then I saw I saw Soundwave first, and then I saw Blaster. I was like, definitely got to have those two because they look just alike. So I'm very happy that I have my Blaster. Let me show you the back of the package. And here's a look at the back of the Blaster package. As you can see, he folds into a radio the same as Soundwave. The side of the package is actually neat too. And here's a look at the side of it. So very, very happy to have this guy in my additions. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into some of the comics that I actually picked up. This is Marvel Age number 39. Yeah, number 39. I'm not really into Marvel Age, but I said at this point I'm going to start gobbling up older comics, especially if I see like 35 cents or, any Silver Age ones or just any old school comic book. I said I'm going to start picking up. So most of the ones that I'm going to show you today are going to be pretty much from the older, era, like 1984 and beyond, or I got a couple of new ones, but most of them are old. So this is my first one, Marvel Age, which is a magazine. The second ones I can get my hands on are the Storm and Illyana. They're a Magic. They're a 4-part series. This is pretty cool. You see Nightcrawler on the front of one, and you see Storm on the front of the other. This is my pickups from Second and Charles. I always go there. My wife was like, "Hey, I want to go with you." I was like, "You sure?" And so we went to Second and Charles, and we actually had a good time. But yeah, this is Magic number 2 and number 3 in the 4-part limited series. I really got this just to thumb it in the nose of Wendell, my friend who's a real big Magic fan. But hey, Wendell, if you want them, they're yours. Well, maybe. I don't know. Next one we have right here is X Factor. I actually thought this was in the storyline of the Fall of the Mutants, but it's not. This is like a standalone book, so I mean, it's in the regular X Factor run, but it's not in the Fall of the Mutants. I actually have Archangel's first appearance, so anytime I see like an X Factor around that era, I always try to pick it up because if it's not X Factor, it's gonna be New Mutants. And Alpha Flight. If I see any X Factors with the older X-Men team, or if I see any New Mutants with the older New Mutants, like up to New Mutants 98, which some of you have, which I'm totally jealous of. But if I see any mutants up to like 98, I'm grabbing them. And if I see any Alpha Flights, like I'm gonna do Alpha Flight maybe like 1 through 30. Now I was very shocked to see this Tales from the Crypt. When I saw it, I was like, oh snap, something from the 60s, maybe 70s. But no, this is like a 1991. But even that being said, I did a price look up on it. It actually ended up being $5. So I guess it must be like reprints of the original Tales from the Crypt comic book, which is pretty cool because I don't have any horror comics. So this is my first horror comic that I ever actually picked up. Besides Evil Ernie, but I wouldn't call Evil Ernie a horror comic. But it has some cool stuff on the back. Let's look at the back of this book. And here's a quick look at the back of the book. Like I said, if I could find some of the original old school horrors, I'm going to pick them up. They're probably like an arm and a leg. Like I said, if anybody knows anything about this, let me know because I'm almost sure these are like reprints of the original back in the day Tales from the Crypt. Now, when I saw this one, I couldn't leave it because as of recently, I became not a Kang the Conqueror fan, but more or less I like some of the storylines that he's involved in. I really detest him as a villain. And there's not too many people that I don't like, but I really hate Kang the Conqueror. But it was awesome to know that he's tied in with Apocalypse in some kind of way. So this is an Avengers book that I picked up. Number 267, 1986. Wow. Tell me that's not an old one. I'm trying to get the glare off of it. But yeah, this comic book is beautiful to be so old. But yep. So when I was in Miami, on vacation, I saw the first Psylocke appearance in the American comic book, which is like New Mutants. I think it's like an annual or something like that. But when I saw it, it was slabbed and they were selling it for $100, and that sparked the interest in the New Mutants for me because I saw a lot of the New Mutants comic books in the dollar bins, and they're not very expensive. But so I guess I decided at a wrong time to start collecting New Mutants because they just announced that Legion is supposed to get his own show, and that spiked up the prices to the New Mutants book a little bit. So this New Mutants, number 17 with Cannonball on the front, that one cost me about $3. And the New Mutants right there, it looks like Magic is on the front, is from the 75th anniversary of Marvel. So it still cost me, that one cost me $1, but like I said, from now on, any New Mutants like 1 through, I might just go the whole 100. 1 through 100, I'm just going to snatch up because that's one team that was slept on. They were supposed to be the younger X-Men, and they eventually graduated into the X-Men universe or into the X-Men school, which is pretty cool. But yeah, so New Mutants it is. Can you believe this book is from 1984? My God, that's old. So in keeping up with the Marvel 75th anniversary, with the New Mutants cover, I actually ran across the Cloak and Dagger cover. Now, so I got up and I went to Second and Charles and said, hey, I'm going to start collecting some of these Doomsday books. And that's what I did. This is the Doomsday book that I was able to come back with. Like I said, I do have the Death of Superman arc. But I want, at this point in my life, I want all the individual books. So this is the only one that I was able to find. I know I'll run across some more. Hopefully it'll be in the dollar bin. But I really love this cover. This is Superman stopping Doomsday at any cost for him not to get to Metropolis. And for our first main event, we have Princess Leia, number 1. This is the first solo book of Princess Leia from Marvel. When I have my crazy behind, man, I had a chance to get this book so many times for $1, but I never got it. Of course, the actress died, Carrie Fisher, R.I.P. And when she died, I said, damn, I could have gotten that book and I still didn't get it. So when I ran across this in Second and Charles for $3, I just went ahead and picked it up. I don't feel like I paid too much. I mean, I'm a Star Wars fan, so of course I'm going to pick this up. Now, the next book I'm going to pick up this Thursday, which I'm very excited about, is Darth Maul number 1. My God, I cannot wait till this Thursday. I think I'm going to buy like 4 copies just to have 4 copies because I'm a huge Star Wars and Darth Maul fan. Vader is always the best one, but definitely Darth Maul. But yeah, so I picked up this Princess Leia book for $3. So this is one of my main events. And for the main event, we have the Red Monkey, Hellboy. Now, what's so good about this book is that it's only 1 of 1,000. So it's a really, really, really low print run. And if you look at this book on eBay, it's going for 40 and 60 and all kind of crazy numbers. But I was able to get my hands on it at Second and Charles for $11. So I'm very happy to have my first, it's probably my second Hellboy book in my collection. And that's not bad for the second one being a book that's so highly sought after. So if you watched the last video, you already know that Alex the Comic Book Hoarder, Doom 183 or 184, and also Seeking Near Mint Comics, you guys were the next to get some stuff sent out to you. So if you got a chance, just send me your information. I'll send stuff out to you. any of my subscribers at this point right now, you're due for some free stuff. So if you get a chance, just get at me and I'll send you out some stuff. That's open to any of my subscribers. Once again, I'd like to say thank you for tuning in to another episode of Direct Edition. The channel is Fred Hall Direct Edition. And you guys be safe out there. Peace!